Liverpool is one of the most recognisable cities in the world, but how many people can name its leader? And if more could, how much of a difference would it make? Do you know who the leader of Liverpool City Council is?
I know the Lord Mayor is, but I don't know who the leader is.
No, Joe Anderson.
Oh, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of people don't seem to know.
Oh, no, I know.
Do you think it would be better to have a directly elected mayor, or do you think it's okay as the system we've got at the moment?
I think the one we've got at the moment, yeah.
You're a bit vague about this kind of thing,
not true.
whereas if you're elected, you read about the person, don't
As
you?
witness me, we don't know who it is, so you're right, love, we should do, yeah.
I mean, I've lived in my house for 17 years. This is a really good point. 17 years in my house, and I've never had a knock on my door from the local councillor.
This man believes a directly elected mayor would solve that by being more accountable to voters. But Liam Fogarty's campaign for a mayoral referendum couldn't generate enough interest. He still believes a mayor would reinvigorate local politics.
Most people don't participate in the system. Unless there's a general election in the offing, 3 out of 4 people in Liverpool who are entitled to vote in council elections just stay at home. People aren't interested. There's a huge disconnect.
But would that change if there was a mayor directly elected?
I absolutely believe it would. I mean, the evidence from the dozen or so mayors we've had already is that it does increase turnout, it increases the interest people take in local politics. It certainly increases the profile of those people who are taking those big decisions.
The government agrees and is encouraging change. From May, the leaders of England's 12 largest cities, including Liverpool and Manchester, will become so-called shadow mayors, whether they want to be or not.
Joe Anderson, Mayor of Liverpool, it's got quite a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Well, it might have, but it's also something that I've never aspired to be. I think the powers that are held by a leader of a council today are significantly greater than what used to be. And I think, you know, the powers that I hold are, as I said, quite significant and are enough.
So a charm offensive is required.
City government is better on a mayoral model than the existing model of having leaders.
Former Labour Cabinet Minister Lord Adonis is touring the 12 cities, listening and persuading people of the benefits of mayors. But not everyone he's met is convinced.
I'm not sure that big personalities are what are needed in Liverpool politics. You've had plenty of big personalities, you've had plenty of boss politics over the years. From the Braddocks in the 1950s to Derek Hatton and Militant in the 1980s, Liverpool's not struggled for personalities, it's been serious politics that at times Liverpool has struggled for.
In fact, the government wants an elected mayor to be an exciting mix of personality and serious politics. Ministers hope the experience of shadow mayors will convince voters in Liverpool and Manchester to keep them in referendums a year later. But why should they? I spoke to Lord Adonis during his visit and asked him why Labour had introduced mayors and then seemed to go off the idea.
There are going to be massive job cuts in Liverpool over the next few years. 40% of jobs in this city are dependent on the public sector. Would a mayor who's able to set out a vision for the city be better placed to bring businesses, to bring jobs into this city?
But if it was such a great idea, as I asked you originally, why did New Labour go off the idea?
Labour didn't go off the idea. We set up the mayor for London and we made it possible for other cities to have referendums. What the new coalition government is doing is requiring there to be referendums in Liverpool and other major cities outside London. So this is Liverpool's great opportunity to have a debate on whether it wants to move to the same model of governance as London.
Well, let me come back to the point you originally made and let me ask you, why would a directly elected mayor be any better? Because at the moment we've got a leader of Liverpool City Council in Joe Anderson, quite a big figure. What would be the difference?
The issue is whether you have a mayor who can set out a strong vision for the city.
Well, he can do that, can't he?
And which commands great public recognition. The leaders of Liverpool City Council aren't nationally well-known figures. I haven't met anyone in London who could name the leader of Liverpool City Council. If you had a mayor who was directly elected, and the same was true of other major cities, I think that would be the case, and they'd be in a stronger position.
I'm not sure
they'd
what
be
the
in a stronger
evidence is for
position
that.
to bat for the city nationally and internationally. Those are the issues that need to be debated as this referendum is held a year this May.
But Lord Adonis, there are quite a number of cities which have got directly elected mayors. Apart from London, I think people would be struggling to name any of them.
Well, there are small places that have got mayors at the moment. Liverpool is a great city. A mayor for the city of Liverpool, I think, would have a serious national and international standing, like the mayors of the great cities in the United States. But this is an issue which the people will decide. It's not the politicians. There's going to be a referendum in May 2012. The debate is just starting at the moment. It's the people who will decide this, and the arguments for the mayor, which are to do with having a stronger decision maker, somebody with a strong independent mandate from the people, whether that's going to improve the governance of the city.
Well, let me ask you specifically on that. Wouldn't it, if you wanted a really strong mayor to really do something, wouldn't the answer have been to have made them mayor of Merseyside rather than just Liverpool?
Well, there is a debate about whether you should have a city region rather than simply the city of Liverpool. The view that's been taken is that a whole exercise in redrawing local government boundaries is likely to kill the idea stone dead. That, you know, people have memories of the 1970s and big boundary reorganisations. Liverpool is at the heart of the region of Merseyside. Having a mayor for Liverpool would be potentially great for the city in terms of raising its profile, enabling it to set a stronger and more effective strategic plan, and of course that would be of benefit to the region as well.